Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. And today we are building in Tomorang for the first time ever. And I decided to try to build a tiny home that is filled with all of the money making skill building items. Now there are some that are, you can't make money from, like the chess table and the bonsai tree. But I figure if there's something you can make to sell, I wanted to put that skill building item in here. So we have like 2 selling tables. We have the juice fizzing station, candle making station. We have the flower arranging table, the woodworking table. We do have the bar in the front there, but I do get rid of that. And also the chicken coop, because you can make money from eggs, and that also ties into gardening. So I thought that made sense. And then the bee box, because you can sell the honey from that, and the higher your gardening skill is and your friendliness with the bees increases the value of the honey. So like I said, this is just a skill filled tiny home. And then we're starting here with the basic shape of it, and I picked a lot of stuff from For Rent, and then I think I also threw in a whole bunch of Jungle Adventure. But I did this really cool thing with the roof. I thought it made it look, a little bit more tropical, a little bit more Asian inspired, Indian inspired. And I love these roof decorations from For Rent. So I put one in the front and one in the back. And then I just kind of moved that top curved roof piece back a little bit. So there's a tiny bit of interest on the roof. And then in here, we're going to figure out the little front terrace area. So this, I do end up getting rid of the floor tiles, and I replace it with those crystal clear, window, they're basically roof window pieces or whatever, so you can see through. That way the area is covered from rain and weather, etc. And that is where her selling table is going to go from Home Chef Hustle, so she can sell all of the food that she creates. This sim is very, how would you say it? She's very independent, and she doesn't want to be tied down by a job schedule. So she wants to make her own schedule and make her own money all on her own and out of her own creativity. And I thought that was a fun idea. And I think this home does come out to be about 52,000 or so simoleons. So it's definitely not a starter home, but because it has some of the tiny home perks that you get from having only so many tiles, I think it's a tier 2. There are some great advantages with skill building and mood and friendship making, etc. So I thought that this would be a really good option for us. I am changing a bunch of the swatches and also repeating a back terrace area over here in the back. And I also made these 2 half walls, and I just put these window pieces in, and those are base game. I thought they looked really, really nice in here. Oh no, these ones are these are from Jungle Adventure. Are they from Jungle Adventure or are they base game? They're one or the other. They kind of look the same, so I can't really decide. Also, there were some that came with For Rent, but I really wanted to use this one because I thought it matched the pillars a little bit better in the front. Now we are into the kitchen though. I'm just getting everything pulled out and ready, so I knew what I was going for, but I picked the countertops, and the cabinets are from For Rent. The stove is from Growing Together, and the fridge is from Cottage Living. The sink is from Home Chef Hustle, and then I pulled out a base game range hood here to put above the stove. And then here are those upper cabinet pieces going in. And I do believe I also add a shelf from the Home Chef Hustle stuff pack because I thought that it looked really nice in here, and I wanted it to be kind of cohesive with the wood tone. And then we're picking out a bed from Eco Lifestyle, I believe that's from. And then just placing the windows. Those are from the For Rent pack. I thought they match really nicely with the world here and with the style of the house. There's also an easel in here, don't worry. And there is that candle making and juice fizzing station inside for now, but I do end up moving that outside, and I make a fake room. So you'll see what I mean when we get there in just a second. But I also added some spandrels and columns in here as a separation to the back entryway space, and these really tall windows because they're so pretty from For Rent. Here I am very sneakily crafting a fake room so that it doesn't add to the tile count, and you can still keep the tiny home lot type. But it's very sneaky. You have to draw the walls separately and move them together to trick the game into thinking it's not really a room. So that's a fun little tip for you. But that's her little workshop area, and I just extend another piece of the same kind of roof over top of this. And inside, I do add those same windows, only in the taller version right here instead, so that you get a lot of natural light and also some airflow because they're kind of open pieces. I thought that that made a lot of sense. And also adding another sliding door from Island Living to match the other one over there to the side. And then I think here I am moving in those pieces that I was talking about earlier because I didn't want them in the main home. I thought they were a little too big and bulky, so I wanted them in their own little space. So the bonsai tree and the candle making station and the juice fizzing station all go in here, little sneaky little room. And then we have this whole space to be our living area / dining area, and of course the bathroom. Closed off this little tiny room here to be our bathroom, and then I added the doors from they're actually base game, but they're from the Horse Ranch update that we got a while back. And then using this shower tub combo from Growing Together, I use it every single time. It's just so versatile. There's so many swatches, can't beat it. So here I am just adding the essentials in the bathroom. We have a toilet as base game, and the sink is from Growing Together, and then this mirror I think is also from Growing Together if I'm not mistaken. And then we have our bathroom clutter stuff going in, the toothbrushes and the soap pump, and I do believe I add the plunger and the toilet paper roll hanging on the wall, as is customary in all of my builds. And then I will be adding this lovely hand towel here on the wall with a matching fixture swatch. I really like that. And also a little medicine cabinet up above the toilet because I just thought the wall needed something. And then obviously having to use this tile from For Rent, and I was using like all the alternating tiles so that they kind of fit together really nice. I haven't used that swatch yet, so I really enjoy it. And then one little green towel over here. I do end up eventually changing the orientation of this bathroom altogether, but for now we have this situation for our bathroom. And also that floor rug is from City Living. And then here in the bedroom, I have the crystal table, obviously, because you can make buku bucks from that one, and I had to include it here. And then we are using the wallpaper from the For Rent pack, and this rug is from the For Rent pack as well, and I don't think I've used this one yet, and I think it's really, really pretty in this room. I think all of the colors just go really well together. And then the curtains are from Island Living, and then instead of an end table, I decided on just using this dresser as an end table / dresser, and I use the lamp from For Rent and also the mirror, and adding this pretty little cactus that came with a base game update a while back, and it actually lights up at night, so I thought that was a fun touch. And then over here I knew I wanted to add some kind of wall decoration, so we pick out this gallery wall from For Rent. And then for the lighting in this room, I think I mainly just used some wall lights from the For Rent pack. I really like how these look. They're very bright and they're very pretty, and they kind of work as more wall decoration. I just kind of lined them up where I wanted them so that they would be at the right height for each other, and then I just deleted the ones in the middle, and that's how we got to here. And adding some wall plants because it needed more plants. And we have the dining space coming together. I used the table and chairs from For Rent, and then I pulled out this lovely couch from I think that's from Paranormal Stuff pack. I really, really like that couch. And the TV is from Tiny Living because it has a bookshelf and music and TV all built in, and I thought that was a good use of space. And adding a little tableside lamp here from For Rent, I really like that one too. I'm going to use that all the time. And then we have these two little like organizational cubby pieces. They look like IKEA pieces, but I put them over here as like storage space for her, and adding some plants here in the corner. I believe we have 2 from the For Rent pack, and then just 1 base game plant, just the little snake plant on the floor. I thought that this house needed more plants, so I tried to add as many as I could. Then we're just adding some trinkety things over here. Got a craft box and a cute little trinket box over here on top of the cubes. And then you'll see I moved the knitting basket underneath the TV, but if your sim wants to knit, you'll have to move that to their inventory. But for now, that's where that is going to go. And you can always put a decorative one there or grab a new one and just keep that under the TV for, decoration purposes. And we're also pulling out one more rug here. I'm using this one from High School Years, and I do size it up ever so slightly with Tool Mod just to squish it in right here as a comfy little area rug. And I think that this area came out really cute. That's pretty much it for this space. And then I believe we will be working on the rest of the entryway and then the dining area as well. For the tile behind the kitchen space, I picked this one from High School Years, and I just changed it to this more blue and yellow swatch. I really like that one, and it matches like the countertops and the fixtures perfectly. Also that dish rack from the Home Chef Hustle pack, and then some plates and a little scale And this little runner rug for in front of the sink and stove, because I thought that it was needed in this space. Just change the swatch to the leafy one, and adding a mixer, because you will need that, and then the dishwasher. Obviously, you can move the mixer to your Sims inventory so that you don't have to take up as much countertop space, which I thought was a nice addition. And then also this, my favorite little basket lamp from Eco Lifestyle. I think I use that in almost every build as well. And don't forget the smoke detector. And then we have this little space here. The entryway just has the chess table and some wall decorations and the easel, and I just wanted it to look really inviting and open. And I do get rid of that open archway from Jungle Adventure, and I replace it with a door that came with For Rent. I just like it being a little bit more closed. I was thinking about doing like a double entryway, but obviously size just didn't allow for that. Here is a lovely little grill out back, and you'll see we have the nectar making station back here as well, because obviously you can use, fruit from your garden to make nectar, so you can sell it. So not only is it skill building, but it makes you simoleons, and I thought that was important. And we have some grill tools going next to the grill on that little end table from the Desert Luxe kit. I can't help myself. I have to use every single pack. I just can't. There's too much to choose from. And then we have this lovely patio space, also using a lot of Greenhouse Haven back here. I just threw in a bunch of clutter. And this lamp from Bloomin' Rooms that I hardly ever get to use, but it's fun, and I just thought, if I'm not going to use it anywhere else, here works. And then we have these hanging lanterns from For Rent as well. Here I am replacing that door. Like I said, I think that door I picked just now goes much better here. And then we are moving around all of our stuff. Our bee box and our bug box are going to go over here on the side. And then we have the chicken coop going back here. I do end up getting rid of Patchy, sadly. He just didn't really fit in here. He looked kind of out of place in Tomorang. And then just using those garden plots instead of the raised garden boxes, because I thought that made just a little bit more sense. And then here I am adding the fence from For Rent as well, but I do change the swatch here because it needed to be a little bit darker on the wood side and lighter on the concrete or stone side. And then we're adding a pathway from the front to the back gate, and I'm pretty sure the rest of this is all just landscaping and adding plants and adding finishing touches. So here's a little bit of the landscaping. I picked all of that out from Debug, and I believe it's all from For Rent, Island Living, and Jungle Adventure primarily. There's even some rocks I pull out because I thought it needed some kind of rocky texture to it. There was a lot of green going on, and I just wanted to break up some of that with some rocks, and also these wildflowers, because I love flowers. You gotta throw them in every now and again, otherwise it just looks too green for me. And then over here in the backyard space, I just thought about this table kind of going off to the side, because if you're going to sell your other goods, that's not food, you'd want a second selling table. I wouldn't want to sell the same thing with the food at the same time. I think that would be a little funny. And then we have our trash can going in from Get Together, and the For Rent mailbox, some lovely wallflower things. I have no idea what those are, but those are from Eco Lifestyle, and I thought they looked fun heading out the back door. And the rest of this interior is just going to be adding some clutter. So we have a little plant and some salt and pepper shakers going on the table over here, and just using alt placement to get them where I want them to be. And then I did pick out an entryway rug here from, I think that's from Base Game. And then out here, I'm adding this lovely bamboo planter here that we got from Growing Together. And I like how it looks here. It adds a little bit of interest to the front. And then we have more of these plants going in. I just copy and pasted a whole bunch of the plants because I wanted to kind of keep most of the plants the same. I didn't want them to be too varied, because then it just wouldn't look right. Also, these plants here from Debug that I just pulled out are from Snowy Escape, and I think they look so cute here. There's also a similar one that is from Werewolves, and I really like this, and this huge lily thing, and then some vines with flowers on them as well. And then these big flowering bushes are from Island Living Debug. I really like those, and I use those all around the fence line. And then I think around here is where I get rid of this half wall on this side, because I figure it's so close to the fence and there's nothing else over there. So we might as well just kind of extend the patio a little bit, but that part is not undercover. So I didn't put anything there except those big plants. You'll see those big planters with the palms. I just love those. Some of those are from Desert Luxe. I think one is from Movie Hangout and one is from island living. And then also that big selection of rugs is from Laundry Day, and just changed the wall trim on that half wall. And then we're adding some palm trees and some more decorations all around the build. I think I also add some like hanging vines on the fence line, and just kind of give this area a really like tropical and fun and lively, you know, feel to it. I didn't actually keep that fire pit just because it didn't fit anywhere nicely. I just didn't want it lighting anything on fire as it usually does. So I did end up getting rid of that. But I added some more of these flowers from Island Living Debug. Those are the bougainvillea, I don't know how you pronounce that, and also some low-lying grass underneath to kind of blend it all together. And I believe after that it's just some terrain paint, some more of these bromeliads climbing up the wall. I really like those. I use those in almost every tropical build that I make. But I think the rest of this is pretty much just terrain paint and finishing up the landscaping and the last minute details, like some lighting in the front. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed this one. Let me know if you end up using this home, or if your sim ends up enjoying living here and building up their skills. I think that if you have a Renaissance sim, that they would really enjoy living here, or even if you're doing like a super sim challenge, that this would be a fun place to go. Obviously you can't start here unless you cheat your money, but I still think it would be a fun place to start because you could easily get all of your skills up really fast. And I think that it could be expanded upon, no problem. And you can just keep living here. It is not at the top tier of the tiny home, so you still have plenty of room to expand and still get those perks. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Leave any comments and suggestions of what you'd like to see next. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.